Hi everyone. I actually just had to go and watch my last YouTube video and I didn't realise how long it was since I last updated. It was about 4 months ago. I have been updating on our Instagram and Facebook, which is CMV Stops With Me. So if you're not on that, feel free to go over and follow us on there. Today I just wanted to give everyone an update on where we're at, and our little Bubba is here. I'm actually currently standing up, so I may need to walk around a little bit if she gets unsettled. I think we're currently experiencing day 3 of Leap 1, which has been fun, but yeah, we're all good. Basically I just wanted to do a bit of a recap and update my vlog since it's been so long, and I've written down a few little facts of things that have happened along the way so I can make sure I'm accurate in what I'm telling you. Firstly, when I went onto my YouTube, I noticed the first vlog that I updated actually had over 3,000 views now, or almost 3,000 views, which is awesome. So that's hopefully another 3,000 people who had never heard of CMV that do now. So just quickly, well, hopefully this doesn't take too long, but where we last left off was we had the amnio, which came back that Bub did have the CMV, and we were kind of tossing up whether to start medication and whatnot then. So that was at 20 weeks of our pregnancy. So since then, we had 3 MRIs. So the first 2 came back and they were all good. And then we had our last one at 34 weeks in our pregnancy. And when we got the results of that one, it did actually show, the second one actually showed a couple of cysts, which the doctor said were nothing to worry about on her brain. And then the last one actually showed the fluid space between her ventricles, which is a part in the brain, was actually a little bit higher than normal. So normal is 10 mils and hers was 10.5. So the doctors weren't too concerned, but it's just something we needed to keep an eye on. And basically what that meant is maybe reassessing what we do as far as a birth plan and starting the medication and that kind of thing. So when that happened, so we're about 4 weeks off, 4 or 5 weeks off having our bub at that time. And we decided that because we didn't have that long to go, I would start the medication. So that's valacyclovir. And it's basically a trial medication for CMV at the moment. But as far as all the testing and everything goes, there was no bad side effects. So we figured because we were so close to the end, I may as well give it a go. And at that stage, Bub was going to start medication as soon as she was born. So basically it was giving her a head start and just, starting her on the medication early. So I started the valacyclovir. And it was a high dosage. It was 16 tablets a day, but I seemed to tolerate it really well. And the only thing I noticed was getting some headaches or migraines kind of in behind my eyes. But apart from that, I tolerated it really well. And it's just oral tablets. So I took 8 in the morning and 8 at night. And with the hope that a little bit was obviously going to get to her and hopefully help her clear the virus before she was born. So fast forward another 3 or 4 weeks or something. At that time we also decided with our doctors that it would be best to have a cesarean, just purely for the fact that we didn't want to put any extra pressure on her brain going through the birth canal. So we decided on a cesarean. At first I was quite not sure about that, purely just because I had never really thought of having a cesarean. I always knew it may be the case of having an emergency cesarean, but I never thought of having a planned one. So that took me a little while, maybe a week or so, to get my head around and really accept the fact that that was what we were doing and it would be okay, and we just had to do whatever was best for her. And at that point, obviously I just wanted her here safely. So once I got my head around it, I was really excited, and a whole team of doctors was going to be there and it was planned and everything. So that was really good. So we set a date, our doctors set a date, which was the 29th of May, which ironically is actually my original due date. And it's also my Uncle Frank's birthday. So this little girl is actually named after my Uncle Frank. So her name is Frankie. And so when we got that date, it really was special to me. And I just thought, being given that last little bit, I just knew then that everything would be okay. Ooh, sorry. So, we set that date and it was all go. So for the next couple of weeks, we just had scans every single week and just kept an eye on that fluid, and it basically stayed the same. So there was no urgency to get her out or anything like that. And I was tolerating the medication, so we just thought we'll keep her in there as long as we can. So so that was for the 29th of May. So then on Monday, the 21st of May, so the week before, I just spent the whole day at home relaxing on the couch. We had no internet, so I couldn't really do anything. I just basically watched some trashy TV and relaxed for the whole day. And then at 3 o'clock that afternoon, my doctor actually sent me a text saying that my blood test had come back from the week before and I had actually cleared the virus, which was a really big thing for me because that meant there was no question about me breastfeeding and, those kind of things that were questionable about whether I was able to or not. So that was a huge relief, and I obviously had a big sigh of relief at that point. And so then about 4 o'clock that day, I actually started having contractions. So obviously, that was the last little bit of news that I needed to say, yep, we're having this baby. And she decided that she was coming that day, whether we liked it or not. So that was about 4 o'clock. And then fast forward a couple of hours, I just kind of kept an eye on it, wasn't really sure whether it was going to stop or what was going on. So I just kept it to myself. And then at about 6 o'clock, I told my husband what was going on and just said to him we might need to go to the hospital to get checked out. I'll just keep an eye on it. And I also messaged my doctor and let her know what was going on. She agreed to best to go get it checked out and see what was happening. So fast forward again to maybe 7:30, and we're ready to leave home. We finished packing our bags and Mark had to put the car seat back in. I had a shower, shaved my legs, do all that kind of thing, kind of knowing that I wouldn't be doing it again for a long time. And it was very relaxed, so it was good. And we went into the hospital just thinking we would get a checkup, but I deep down knew that she was coming that night. My husband was still not so sure at that time. And so we went into the hospital and they basically monitored me for a couple of hours, and my doctor came in and they decided there and then that we'll be having our baby that night. And basically we went into the theatre and got all prepped and everything, and at 10:35 p.m. she was delivered via cesarean. So it all happened pretty quick, which I'm actually stoked about because for me it made me feel better knowing that she was coming on her own terms anyway. She didn't want to stick to the plan and have my Uncle Frank's birthday, she wanted her own. So that was really cool. And we didn't really have time to think about it and have sleepless nights, for nights before, which I know I would have with our planned date. And we just went in and she's here and she's healthy and happy and it's all good. So basically we stayed in the hospital for 5 days, and in that time we had all our tests. So we had the cord blood was sent away for testing, my placenta was sent away for testing, she had urine tests, she had about 5 blood tests, she had a cranial ultrasound, so the day after she was born, and on that they did see like a old brain bleed. So basically they sent us to get an MRI the following day after that. An MRI is much more accurate, so we went by the MRI and the MRI came back all clear. So basically, the doctors weren't concerned and told us there was nothing to worry about there. She also had to get an eye test and a hearing test, and all of those she passed. And the only thing that happened was her urine and blood test came back that the CMV is still in her system. So whether or not it's actually active or not, we don't really know, but basically because I contracted it so early on, she would just be getting rid of the last bits of it. And because she hasn't shown any physical signs of the CMV as such at the moment, we're not treating her with the medication. So I basically stopped taking that medication the day she was born. and the paediatrician and us have decided that we're not going to put her on medication, so unless something arises in the near future. So basically what we do from here is we just monitor her. So we have another checkup at 6 weeks with our paediatrician, and then we just have to keep an eye on her development as we go. So basically her brain development is the main thing, and hearing loss is the other one that's a progressive thing and, you know, could happen at any time over the next couple of years. So we have a checkup at 6 weeks, and if that's all good, then we have another one at 6 months, and then 12 months, and then obviously another 6 months after that. So yeah, obviously this little girl has just, everyone she's met so far, she's already melted their hearts. Oh, it's going to make me cry. And we're very, very lucky to have her here with us. And she's very special. She doesn't really know it yet, but yeah, she's definitely got a story to tell, and I hope that by sharing our story it's helped a lot of people. I actually got a message from a friend the other day, and it was a screenshot of a forum on the Baby Centre app. And I don't know if you know it, but that app is basically one that a lot of pregnant women or mums download just to track their baby's progress while they're pregnant and after their babies are born. So yeah, it's an app that's got over 10 million downloads, and on the forums on there, people were actually talking about our story and my page. So that makes me really, really happy and makes me think this was all worthwhile, and I'm glad that we're sharing our story, and I will continue to share our journey with you all. But yeah, by no means was it an easy road, but I'm glad that at the end of it, we've got our little precious little bumblebee. So a little recap, just basically I first heard the word CMV on the 17th of November. So we were 12 weeks pregnant at that point. And in that next 6 months, we actually had 41 appointments and 17 ultrasounds, 3 MRIs, 1 amnio, 10 blood tests. And in that 3 weeks that I was taking the medication, it was actually 368 tablets. So yes, a lot of stuff happened in 6 months' time. And a lot of people say, oh my gosh, your pregnancy went so quickly. But for me, it was honestly the longest. Every day was quite, long. And I tried not to think about it as much as I could and just carry on. But yeah, it did become my daily thing that consumed me, obviously. But yeah, we've come out the other side of it, and there's not much else I can say except that we are both so happy and in love with this little girl, and we can't wait to watch her grow and continue to share our journey with you. And I hope if you have any questions, please message me. I've had lots of mums and midwives and doctors and everyone reach out, and so many people since we've announced that we've had her, just strangers congratulating me, wanting to send us little gifts and flowers and whatnot. So it's awesome. It's really, really awesome, and I'm glad we've created a little community. And the reason I really wanted to get this vlog done is June is CMV Awareness Month. So I've been trying to do it since the start of the month, and today is the 19th of June. So which 19 is my lucky number, so there you go. So I've been trying to get this vlog done for the past 3 weeks and been a little bit preoccupied. But June is CMV Awareness Month, so please talk to people about it, share our story, refer people to our page so that they can get more information, and feel free to message me if you ever have any questions or want to know where we're at. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Frankie, say bye. Bye.